Okay, hello everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to today's webinar on optimizing SAP master data, data profiling, and data quality management. I'm Caroline, and I'm thrilled to be your host for this insightful session. So, in the realm of SAP master data management, the quality and accuracy of data are paramount for seamless operations and informed decision making. So, today we are diving deep into the intricacies of data profiling and quality management within the SAP ecosystem. So, throughout this webinar, we'll uncover the significance of data profiling and data quality assurance techniques in ensuring that your SAP master data remains accurate, reliable, and aligned with your organizational objectives. But before we begin, let me take a moment here and introduce the company behind this webinar. Chainsys. So Chainsys is your go-to enterprise data management solution. Founded in the year 1998, Chainsys started off as a supply chain expert, evolving into a global leader. Headquartered in Lansing in Michigan, with 1,500 employees worldwide, we have offices in various key locations and a strong offshore presence in India. So with 400 plus experts, data experts globally, we are platinum partners with Oracle, silver partners with SAP, and we have a select partner status with Snowflake. Plus, we are also ISV partners with Salesforce, Microsoft, and more. Our platform offers three key components: the data Zap for your data movement, data Zen for data cleanliness, and data Zens for your privacy, data privacy, analytics, and cataloging. We also offer a smart business platform with Smart App Builder for custom apps and smart bots for automated testing. Rest easy knowing we are ISO 27001 certified and compliant with HIPAA, CMMI, and SOC standards. Now let's meet our speakers for today's webinar. First, we have Anbarasan Murugan, fondly called Ambu, product owner of Data Zen at Chainsys. With over 20 years of industry experience, Anbu is a seasoned expert. He has led many successful initiatives within Chainsys, saving clients $1 million annually and boosting operational efficiency by 30%. Next, we have Mohan Surya Prakash. We
Hi.
call him Surya. He's an MDM expert, and he's an MDM expert at Chainsys for DataZen. So, with 7 years of experience, Surya specializes in data governance and management solutions. He's helped implement robust master data management strategies across various domains, ensuring data accuracy and reliability. Let's give a virtual round of applause as we welcome Anbu and Surya. Over to you.
Thank you, Carolyn. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, team. We are so happy today to present, talk about a couple of agendas I put up here. How we can ensure the SAP master data quality and how that's going to get out. I mean, we are going to get from the data-driven base. And another important, how data Zen is going to helpful to enrich the data quality in terms of SAP master data. And also finally, we are going to talk about the benefits of DQM approach, which is offered from the data Zen. Thank you once again. So let me go into the one of PPT. So when talk about the data driven decisions, so for ensuring the SAP master data quality, the prime step we need to follow that is profiling and the data assessment. So this is very essential for any given organization. That number one, for making a decisions. So high quality data which ensures that the decisions are so accurate, reliable, that leading to the better outcomes, right? So that's number one. And number two, so regularity compliance. So when compliance comes with regulations such as the GDPR, HIPAA, or any industry standards, we have to maintain the data with that particular standard, meaning the data quality to be top. Then only we'll get this compliance standards. And third one, operational efficiency. So this helps the day-to-day operations which is streamlining the entire process, reducing the manual errors or any errors, and that will bring more operational efficiency, and the productivity will be more increased for any organization. And the customer satisfaction, obviously, so if you are maintaining a high quality standards for the data, so that's going to give the better serve to our customers on time. Also, we'll maintain their loyalty, and that becomes more crucial for our executing this business, right? And stages.
And when we
So
talk about profiling and data quality, we have to identify the stages or steps for doing the profiling and data assessment. And we have to understand the data set and the data attributes for the making the business decision. The objective is to identify the comprehensive understanding of the business or the project or the data that supports. We have to identify the very basic source data sets, not only the source data sets, but also the key fields or the key attributes that really makes the decision of the business. And data quality issues. And when once you identify the data quality issues, we have to go and fix this using the different approaches. The four dimensions that we prefer is the completeness, validity, accuracy, and uniqueness. Completeness is the amount of accurate information of the data present in your system or not. And validity is you maintain data constraint and data rules for your business. Once these data rules are not met, it means your validity that has to be addressed. And the accuracy. Accuracy confirms that whatever the data you have to be compared with a known or trusted source, and maintaining this accuracy is very vital and essential for making any business decision. And uniqueness is maintaining or removing the duplicates from your system. And here there are lots of employments of procedures you have to take care of in identifying the uniqueness. And the next step is that improving the data quality. So once you identified the data quality issues, how are you going to address this issue is the third step of the profiling and assessment. And you have to take a considerable amount of time for planning this data quality issues and identifying it. There are relatively different methods of data quality identifying methods like state cleansing, standardization, governance policies, and enrichment. And how data then works on this.
yeah. So the data is then built-in assessment engine that comes to identify what are the data set and the data attributions are widely used. So most of the time, in this case today, we are talking about the SAP customer master data as an example. So we are not sure about what are the fields or what are the data sets mainly used extensively. Maybe this particular system may be implemented past working at a past 10, 20 years. May not sure about how the data attributes are used and what are the data sets are used. So here the data assessment engine from the data zen that goes and profile the entire data sets and identify what are the attributes are mainly used or not used, either that's a mandatory or non-mandatory or either unique or non-unique. So all these things can be profiled here in the very first step. And number two, not just for the customer master, so for SAP in concern that we can do this for other domains as well, like a be it that employee or vendor, or in case future that business partner we want to do some profiling and the data assessment, so we can do that too. And number two, so Suresh rightly talks about the data quality issues. So the mainly the profiling and the assessment is improving the data quality. So then that's case, see the data assessment engine, it's going to run the multiple level of checks. Either the each and every data set it's going to scan through and produce, what are the fields are completed meaning the fill rate will be identified, and very next a few minutes, so we are going to see it in the system too. And the completeness is going to be checked, all the attributes that whether it is entered or not. As per the business, maybe an example like recon account. So it could be non-mandatory for certain sales arcs, but may not be option, may not be mandatory for other arc too, right? So that sort of the validity rules can be applied, and to find out either that particular field is crucial to for a business or not. And the accuracy side, so the accuracy is going to check the address, our email, our phone number. That side it's entered in a perfect way. Number one, the pattern, or either they enter the right information. And the uniqueness, duplicate, fundamental, deduplicate is going to check either record is unique or not. And when it comes to the data enrichment side, so how it's very complicated that the data quality issues are identified at the stage 2, and now at stage 3 how we can fix it. So we identified the problems in the step 2 that is going to produce the automated rules. For the step 3, automatically it can validate either defaulting the values based on the user input, or manually we can go enrich it. So we have data as a helps in a way that bulk data correction screens are there, where we can go and apply the rules to validate. Also I can apply a manual enrichment, the defaulting, or manually I can go and update each and every record. So that is also possible. That's what exactly we are going to see it very soon in the demonstration. And here quick takeaway: profiling and the data assessment is a vital for any given data quality, data governance project for any master data. And if we go into the next step, so how we are doing today with the changes. So the number one, the SAP extraction adapter is going to be extract the data from the SAP ECC or any instances, and it's going to run. The second step is a data assessment inside the profiling engine. It's going to profile and produce the results to the users to view it, and they can choose all the business rules which are really needed for the stage 4 to fix the problems. And stage 3, the common data model, it's going to be there to load or keep this staging data to apply all the business rules and produce the results to the users to go and fix it. At the stage number 4, so either we can apply any third-party APIs, or any the internal defaulting rules, or manually we can go and enrich through UI. The final step, so we are going to update. So the data correction is made at the stage 4 in the data zen. So the final step, the data is going to be integrated and move into the SAP, either in a way of merging, or we can update back into the source system itself. That so I'll go to the system and show some of steps how today works with changes. I'm going to use the data architect user.
We are using one of our internal instances where you could able to see the screen landing on a quality process of ECC customer master. That is what we've taken as an example for this demonstration for the time being.
And here we can see the ECC customer master, the record. We have a adapter to connect to the SAP ECC. One of changes ECC instance is connected, and already I executed the extraction program where it extracted the data and keep it here in the request hub. So we can see some of sample records, around 410 records on this part of this particular demonstration. Like so few columns are highlighted here, that customer ID, account group, company code, name, one of the organization, system, one country, region, postal code. So today we extracted more than beyond 200 columns, but for this display I brought only 10 to 15 columns. And so this step is done, the data extraction done. The second step, so I can go to visualize, view how this particular data quality is all about. So we have a built-in dashboards where it will produce the important information about all the metrics of 4 dimensions, what we talked about in these slides.
So once you connect your source with the application, you could able to see, you could able to identify and digest your source data. You could able to see there are 4 different dimensions that has been considered for assessing your and profiling your source data. The first one I talk about is the completeness percentage. Here you could see, when I say completeness, it makes sure that it contains all the necessary information that required for the business. And because the incomplete data will hinder your business decision and it will lead to erroneous conclusions, right? When we talk about the completeness, we take, for this example, we took few important uh, key fields from each of the views, for example, customer, pricing, and sales contracts. You will be able to see for each and every column or the attribute, what is it, what is the source completeness percentage, its incomplete percentage, what it is exact count, and it determines the overall count of a specific view, and it will be there for each and every view you consider. And in a total view, you'll get an overall score of, for this case, you'll get like 83 percentage here. And we could have the grouping of the key fields. If you want to go and see how your key fields are performing against each and every attribute, other attributes, you could able to see here. You see for this account group combination of company code and sales org and distribute channel and division. There are 5 different fields grouped together, and the other fields that in combination with this, what are the other fields and its respective completeness fill score will give you how it is relevant for your particular customer view. Like this, we could able to produce and view how your key fields are comparing with the other attributes.
And the next one, talks about the validity part. So this is going to be when all the business important rules. So here in this example, it says 78 percentage, which is good. Normally the threshold we set up as, above 80% is good, but still it's above average, but still we can go and, fix some of, the important validation rules have failed for certain fields or certain, combinations. So that we are going to look at, and we are going to fix it on the next step. So we can see here that, the search term is null, and the success percentage, it says 59, and error percentage, for this 41 percentage. And if I go into more details, so we can see that, the search term, you know and each and every rules, we can see that, in this particular case, the account group is not defined. It must be, VTP3 for this record. So the record wise, we can go and look at it. So the wide range of, the rules can be written over here, like a few, sample rules. We are seeing search term value is null, and country code must be in a format of 2 characters, and the length of the number one of the organization, name of the organization, should not exceed the 40 characters. And invalid US postal code, it's supposed to have a 5 digits and followed by, sometimes, 4 digits. So if not met, we are going to validate it. And transportation zone must be, this one supposed to for the US country. So all these, the validation rules are written from the template, and it executed and producing the results. What is the success? What is the error percentage? In terms of a count, also we have it, on the side by side. And if we go back to the original dashboard,
And the third dimension we're going to see is the accuracy, and you could be able to see the accuracy is between 60 around, right? And when we say talk about the accuracy, we compare that known data with the known trusted sources. And we have to make sure that this accuracy is very crucial for maintaining the trust in data and avoiding costly errors. And you could able to see for the data set, we consider this is the actual score arrived at the accuracy. And if you go down in the accuracy, we could be able to, we took the addresses data, and we compared whether this data is actually a valid addresses or not, the site to be where they delivered, right? Where shipped to and built to and sold to. We could able to see there are three different classifications we took. One is verified address, not verified address, ambiguous. And ambiguous says that this address data needs to be checked for making any business transaction before you do. And like this, when it say verified, it means that the address is perfectly clean and you could be able to trust this address information. And for this not verified and other metrics, we need to work on these addresses and fix the quality issues. So like this, we could have the ability to connect with any trusted third-party APIs and to form and to arrive at the accuracy score.
And the final dimension talks about the uniqueness percentage. This is another vital informations like, when you're, consolidating from the multiple sources, or this case, the one of SAP ECC instance. We say that, uniqueness is a 48, but, there are 52 percentage which are, created as a duplicate, which is not good for, the duplicate records to be keep it in the system, where it's going to not provide the decision making for the business, right? So let's go take a look at the uniqueness and how bad this data is in the duplicate check. And this dashboard is going to render, and it's going to give us the multiple the ways we can see it. This case customer info. So there are out of 400 records, there are 193 are unique record, another 216 records which are duplicate. That's a number is a little alarming. So that's the reason report is putting it's a below average, needs to be fix this problem. And if we go and look at this one, like a 216 records, it's going to give me that grouping options like a group number where it says group number one. So under this group, so there are three records which are somebody written uppercase, lowercase. That's what we are seeing it here. And similar way, each group we can see this particular case postbox service plus and uppercase, lowercase, and let's take a look at this particular one, the serial number, group number 5. And some I still see that the uppercase in both the entry. And the group number 11, it's a good example, I reviewed that before. So here the address, some users written very certain way, some users written in a abbreviated way. So that's got to be the case. It should be a very standardized, to be there, and it's not, systems should not keep all these things. So we can see a different, the customer IDs here. That's how the system is created, which is not, the case. Try to go and fix this. So now, how we see it, in this dashboard, the dimension gives, after extraction. So dimension gives, how exact the problem is all about and the data quality. And the last step, our last phase, how we are going to remediate or curate this particular problems. So one of the thing, the uniqueness. So there are dashboards which are available for the users go and fix this problem. So under this notification, I'm going there to review it. So from the report, we are going to review this and fix the problem. So here in this case, we can see now the duplicate records are there. And let me go here and pick the group number 11, what we saw. Go and open it up. Let's take a look at this record. So here this record, system already proposing this. I can change this as a survivor. So meaning, out of 4 records, one of record is going to be maintained in the SAP. Other 3 records are going to be disabled after we complete this program. In this step, so I'll say Marcus review. This step, I'm going to say yet to review will be reviewed. As a business, we can take a quick decisions here in this UI, which one really need to be in the system, which all can be ignored or cross referenced. After this step, so either we can apply a standard rules to fix everything in a one single shot, or I can go one by one to review it because the business needs to be business needs to spend some time on it, fix this. And once something we identify, like the 100% duplicate, completely we ignore, or the false positive or false negative, which are really required for the review it, so that we can do it. Like the percentage low, medium, and the high is there. The high can be a potentially a completely a duplicate. We can ignore it, automatically merge it, and medium also can be ignored. And the low part, which is definitely need a user review, where we can go and do some checks and review the record and move the record into the. I mean, we can take a decision. One record will be survivor, other records, we can take it off and send to the next level. So that's how I can do a review. And another important, we talked about the third step, that how we are going to fix this, the validity, accuracy, and the completeness. The uniqueness, we saw that the match and merge, which helps to fix this problem. Well, how about these three things? That's where changes the data and offers in the bulk screen, where I can go enrich by automatically. So I'm going to click this notification, pending collection, and approval. So there are around 200 records which are waiting under this screen. So it's spinning. So it's going to bring it, 194 records just there. So in this dashboard, I can clearly see there are rules already having some problems, like account group. It is checked. So account group must be VTP3. So out of 194 records, there are 20 record does not have this information, number one. So now I can go click this errors. I can see the record, the real SAP records over here. I can go and fix this. Also, the record wise, I can take a look at, account group must be VTP3. So here account groups is 0001. So I can go and remove this, and I can put BTP3, that I can do. So here you can see that the autocomplete component. So rather, instead of giving a free text, so this data is offers the complete autocomplete way. So user cannot make any mistake here. They cannot go and enter something wrong value. So they must choose from this autocomplete. So this is done. So automatically it's going to fix. There are 20 records we see in this one. I'm going to save this, and after the save, so I can go and revalidate it this. So one more time, there are 20 records under that. I can go and validate the records. So this is going to quickly check again this particular rule, whatever the record edited, it's going to check, and it's going to produce the results that now we can see previous it was the 20, now it is just a 19 record. One record got success, and now that's moved into the success bucket. And I mean, all these rules, whatever we saw in the assessment, right? So everything, it is parked under here. Like see, the one case, the completeness we have put up that, these rules, all these rules are available in the data assessments, are simulated, or which is there in the bulk screen to identify the problems. Here, this case, the amount. So there are 99 records, problem. So here in this case, I'll go and, around 44 records, amount is mandatory, which is very bad, right? I can go and fix everything, one single shot. Like I can select all. I'm going to fix all the 44 records in one single click. Like, the bulk edit. I'm going to say currency, the amount. I'm going to say, I'll put a random one, like $1,000. So it's going to apply it quickly. We can see all these 1,000 applied throughout in all 44 records. Can close. Save. The record is already modified by autocomplete. Simply I can go and validate it. So validate all records. So this amount check. So we fixed all the 44 records here. So everything will be go off. So we see here that completely this rule is gone and moved into the bucket called success. So the amount check mandatory, this is success and the success criteria, I mean success section, and the warning error, still I see that, records are there. So this is the rule wise we can see it. The another way that, out of 194 records, there are 58 records of success, 44 records are on the warning, and 92 records still on the errors. Okay, this needs to be taken care. And how I can, so this all, system is producing, how I can create a new rule. Is it possible to create a new rule? Yes. So we can go and, create a rule here using this create a new rule. So this particular user got the access, so that, I'm going there to, create a rule. Otherwise, the business users won't see it. So what I can do and do that, I'll open up a error record. Let's see, what I can fix it, like the delivery plant. So delivery plant, I want to, check the mandatory check. Let's go and take a look at. I'm going to say delivery plant rule. Delivery plant should not be null. Go here to the actions, save it, and go into the action. I'm going to say validate, and I can choose either a warning or error. In this case, I'm going to put it on the error. Bulk attribute, delivery plan should not be null. That's the message I'm going to give. And execution order, save one, save this. And the next step, I'm going to apply a condition that customer info, select the delivery plan. If it is null, when I add this condition, so the delivery plant is null, then it's going to throw a error, pass it. It's going to check the rule passed successfully, save this, good at. So let's go and look at, the error. So I'm going to rerun this entire data sets, validate the all records. It's going to spin, and the new rule will be, see here, the all records. Earlier there are 58 something records of success. Now all the records, going into the error. So the delivery plant should not be null. So we must go and fix it. So out of 194 records, 193 all records, fall into this error. Let's go and, fix the problem. So delivery plant, I'll go here. Let's take a look at here. The delivery plant is there. Okay. So I'll take it one. So I'm going to just fix few records here. Zero. So I'm applying, only for 3 records, this particular one. So 3 records are going to be resolved. I'll close this. So out of 193 records, so we validated, I'm going to say validate edit records. It's were newly edited. That's going to validate. And the plant, it's going to switch from a 193 into the 190. Okay. So that quick, we can create a rule and validate it. And most important, all these rules are, coming out as a order box for the SAP ECC customer master or for the vendor master. So completely, driven from the system that, start from the extraction and then do the data quality assessment, profiling, and finally the stage where we can fix all the problems in one single screen to make sure, the data quality, improve. Now, once, this dashboard get refreshed, so we could see the information very nicely. So currently, how I set it up, like, every end of the day, the data is going to be extracted and goes through this process, and any problems the users will be fixed. At the very end of the day, this dashboards will be get refreshed, the new set of data, and we can see that where are we on the currently where are we on the data quality metrics. So so this is more important. Let me go into the few thing we want to talk about that what are the benefits when we go with this data zen approach. So what are we going to gain it? Number one, so the time and value. So we are not going to spend much time on it here, since changes data zen got the extraction adapters to go and extract the data and producing all the results, and we can quickly jumpstart and fix the problems. And again, there is no manual intervention to update back or update into the source system. So completely everything is automated. That's going to bring lots and lots of time saving. Also, it's going to save a lot of value on it. And here, so we have the templates. Today example, we saw that the customer master for the ECC. So we have a template for S4HANA and also for the cloud. Also, we have the templates to do this data profiling assessment and improving the data quality. And some of the takeaways I want to highlight it. The data zen, here we saw on the demo side, it's a completely automated for the end-to-end process along with the templated approach. And number two, the rules are identified and created in the system to govern and clean up the data based on the source. The most important, so based on the source data, it's going to, find out the rules, and we are going to apply the remediation rules to fix the problems. And obviously, this is going to improve tremendously the data quality for any given master. That's exactly, we saw it today on the demo. And another, thing we want to highlight it here, that, it is very easy to configure. And, I shown, the rule, how quick, within a few seconds, we could able to create it, and we could able to fix the data, right? So that's how, so much easy where I can go and configure the rules and fix the data problems. And so this is the completely a low code and the low code platform for, master data management and the data quality management. And also we enabled A and ML on this top of this MDM and DQM platform. Okay. So the overall, the benefits when we start using the data zen, it's an end-to-end process to bring the data under the control of business in terms of a data quality. And keep on, it's going to monitor with both stay clean or get clean, pretty much possible, and easy to implement and easy to configure, and also data enrichment, pretty easy. We can do it pretty quick. Now, thank you so much, over to you, Carolyn. And most, we are
Yeah.
completed the demonstration part.
Yes, thank you so much, Anbu and Surya, for this insightful session. Now it's time to dive into the questions, and we've covered a lot of ground today. So let's make sure we address any lingering thoughts or queries that you may have. Feel free to type in your questions in the Q&A box provided in the GoToWebinar control panel, and I'll take it up as it comes. Okay, I already have questions over here. Okay. Anbu, I think this is true. Can we change or modify the existing rules? How that is going to impact?
Oh, thank you. Thanks for that's a really good question. So, see, the change of rule, I mean, it's not going to fit, the standard template, obviously, whatever we are offering for changes may not be straight fit for according to your data. So still, the room, I can go and change the existing rules? Yes, that is 100% possible. We can go and change the rule according to our data. And the impact side, I really like the question, the impact, after you change, immediately the data set and the execution part, it's going to reflect the rule and it's going to produce the results, so that the business users immediately start seeing the results in a day one itself after changing the rule. And the rule change pretty much needed, that depends on how our business uh, data is no requirement, we can change the data. Sorry, change the rule. Sorry. Thank you. Gavin, thank you. Thanks for the nice question.
Yeah, great. What are the important facts that we can consider for identifying the source data set and attributes?
Surya, you want to take it?
Yeah, sure, Anbu. So before considering the source data sets, we have to identify a few key points. For example, like business objective, the data sets that you're going to take, whether it fits the or aligned with the business objective. Because at the end of the day, your results going to be relied on this data sets and data set attributes. And second point is like data relevance, whether you take the necessary data sets for your analysis or not. And like data availability. So when you start the analysis, whether you could be able to access the source data from the application, and or you have like set any permissions or like that. And then we have to assess on the data completeness part as well, and ensuring the data sets have contains all the necessary information. And again, data quality point of view, you have to address like what are the accuracy, validity the data is having, and they have to address the uniqueness issues also. And the next key point you consider must be like your governance process. Your governance process must align with the application that you choose with that. So here data Zen offers a robust governance process which will easily to identify and able to make any changes that your IT wants to make in the application. And then we have like data consistency. Once you perform this data quality checks and addresses these issues, you will be able to make sure that you can take and rely on the business data, right? So, proper documentation is also one of the key factors has to be considered.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Surya. I have another question. Do we need to have all 4D checks as a part of data assessment?
Yeah, yeah. Thanks for the question. That we as a changes recommended. We went through a lot of project engagements. That, so these four dimensions are most important for any given master data. Highly recommend from changes that all four dimension needs to be implemented. So that's going to give immense power to the business to understand the data with the data quality issues. And if you're going to not for example, like the uniqueness, it's a huge engine we need to run, and a huge process. It's going to consume a lot of memory, everything, right? Still that definitely needed. So even if the duplicate records are there in the system, the decision making won't, I mean, may not be very accurate. So definitely we are highly recommend to keep all the four dimensions, so that the data quality will be in a top notch, and business users get the right information from out of these dashboards to fix or correct, or in future they want to put some governance rules, as we have stated that in future we want to put some governance rules. These four dimensions are going to be give us that input to product. Thank you. Thanks for the nice question. Over to you, Alan.
Perfect. Thank you, Anbu. Do you support third-party APIs to control data quality parameters?
Oh, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So today demo also we saw that we mainly use the location API, and sometimes we want to integrate with Dun& Bradstreet or any address doctor or address APIs or any standardization API. So we are so happy, but to integrate with that. So changes internally, have a lot of APIs to start using it. And also, third-party APIs, this particular application, that's the beauty of, the data Zen. It's running on top of web, right? So we can go and connect to any third-party in real time and get the information, and that can be, consumed for the data quality validations. 100%, data Zen helps to connect and produce the informations for making a business decisions. Thank you. Thanks for the nice
Great, great.
questions.
Okay. And I have one more question for you. I think this is for Anbu. How often the data refresh needs to happen? Does it track the history of data quality metrics?
Oh yeah. So we recommend that based on the volume and very fast time. So when we go and execute it, so that time that's going to give us the how often we are going to refresh it, right? So in case the data quality very first time when we execute, so maybe not the bar level. So first thing, for a week or two, we need to go and fix everything. And then once we stabilize and put the proper govern rule, so every end of the day or every day or every end of the week, so we can go and do this process so that so we'll give some room or time to the business users go and fix the problems. So if it is going to keep on run every minute, every hour, so the report or the data may not be consumed with the business. So, but the flexibility I want to highlight it here, data doesn't got a flexibility that either you can refresh every 30 minutes, start from, and then we can put either day wise or month wise recurring way we can refresh the data and the dashboards and the rule engines, everything can be scheduled. And the another question I heard that are we maintaining the backtracking the older metrics? So today data does not supports that. So the tracking is there, but we are not exposes anywhere in the dashboards. The downline that's going to be there, and but the ASAN data quality which is there today with this data and dashboards. Thank you. Thanks for the wonderful question.
Thank you, Anbu. Um, how to enable additional data sets if required? And how about non-SAP application? Does it support?
Yes, to enable additional attributes once you start the assessment or profiling, whether it is possible. Yes, it is surely possible using the data as an approach. You could be able to create any number of attributes and keep that on the references in the data zen here, and you could be able to add these attributes whenever required for your project need. And to answer the other question, yes, we support non-SAP applications. Also, for us, data is the key parameter we focus on because we have handled so many cases where the customers will have multiple endpoints, for example, SAP as one system and other like MS Dynamics and other system and Oracle data from other system. And yes, we could be able to handle multiple sources and target environments as well when we talk about integration as well as performing any data quality uh, metrics. Yes, and
Perfect.
thanks for the question.
Thank you, Surya. I think one last question, we'll take it and then we'll wrap. I think, Anbu, this is for you. Does this support only customer master data or any other master data management?
Yeah, so the today changes the data and supports more than 40 plus domains and exclusively for for SAP, start from customer, vendor, bills of material, routing, and followed by finance, the master data. All everything can be governed through this, and you know it's a data, as Surya stated that, so we want to improve, this data then, supports any master data and each domain it's going to vary with a different set of rules. So that's the expertise, we have that as a template. Once we start using this template, so we'll get an immense power, to fix all the, find the data anomalies and the data quality problems where again, it's going to be, very easy, implement, data zen for any given master data. And we are supporting not just a SAP and non-SAP, applications too, as Surya stated, so we can do for, any B2B, any CRM or, ERP systems. So we can go and do this data profiling and the data governance. All we need just a connections to plug in. Data will be extracted, goes through these rules, reports will be produced, and based on the reports, the remediation or data fix will be started. That's how, we are approaching for any data quality DQM stuffs from changes. Thank you.
Great. Thank you
Thanks
so
for the
much.
nice question.
Yeah, Surya, for this insightful session. And we can move to the next slide. So as we wrap up, thank you all for joining today's webinar. Are you ready to optimize your data now? Reach out to Changes for a tailored solution. You can contact us via email or phone number. Details are provided below, either Anbu or mine. And thank you once again for being here. Let's make data management easier together. Have a great day ahead. And until next time, take care. Bye-bye. See you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your
Thank you,
feedback.
Vinayak.
Thank you, Calvin,
Thank
for hosting this. Thank you. Thanks.
you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.